Joining me now with reaction to my open and all the developing news this week, Counselor to the President, Kellyanne Conway. Kellyanne, good evening. It's nice to have you on set tonight.
Pleasure.
Well, you're usually in Washington. It's good to have you in town.
In 8 months.
Yeah, and we're not even in our new studio anymore, but we're thrilled to have you here. I want to ask you a question. The president tweeted today that the big story that the fake news media refuses to report is low-life Christopher Steele's many meeting with Deputy AG Bruce Orr and his beautiful wife, Nellie. And he talks about the Department of Justice and the fact that the Department of Justice is not giving Andrew McCabe text messages to Judicial Watch or the appropriate government agencies. And the FBI, he says, won't even give one. I may have to get involved. What are they hiding? McCabe's wife took big campaign dollars. Okay, what the president's saying is, why isn't the FBI giving this information to Congress and to Judicial Watch?
Jeanine, I don't want the public to think that this is normal or necessary, all of this conduct, meaning that you have people very high up in President Obama's FBI, even after President Trump is elected, unexpectedly and undesirably by those folks in the FBI. We don't want people to think that this is that everybody in Washington does this. Everybody in Washington doesn't do this. In fact, the only dirt as the winning campaign manager I researched for Hillary Clinton was 5'2", eyes of blue. Oh, what corruption she would say and do. It was all right there in Hillary Clinton. Never looked outside of her statements, her lies, the problem that she had with the truth, the problem the public had with her.
But the problem that the president is tweeting.
I'm making the point. I want to make the point very emphatically that if you're investigating Russia collusion and somehow people playing dirty pool in the Trump campaign to help him get elected, that simply did not happen on my watch. I was out there every day on the TV saying what our strategy was. The president, most importantly, our best asset, and the vice president, our second best asset, out there every single day, connecting with people directly and promising them to do everything they're doing now, which is cut taxes.
But this is my question.
So the president is frustrated. He wants to know why we're not investigating those who were.
Why isn't the FBI giving the Andrew McCabe text messages to Judicial Watch or the appropriate government authority? Congress is trying to do its oversight. Right. It tells me if he's doing a tweet like that, he doesn't have confidence in Christopher Wray. Neither do I, to be honest with you. Christopher Wray, from day one, and I don't know who made these recommendations, but from day one, he danced with Congress.
Well, that isn't what he's saying. The president is not saying that. In fact, the president directed the FBI director last week to go in front of the briefing room and tell the country, along with the Secretary of Homeland Security and Ambassador Bolton and others, what this administration is doing with respect to cybersecurity, election security, a heck of a lot more than the last administration did. So I'm not going to go there, but I will tell you, the president's frustration is one that's shared by many Americans, Judge Jeanine, because people just want to make sure that all sides of this are being investigated. And I would note that since the Department of Justice and the FBI started to turn over more of these emails and more of these unredacted documents, I suppose, at a swifter pace, look at everything that's come out.
No. Judicial Watch is the one who's getting them because they're suing. That's my point. And the president knows it, which is why he tweeted, the big story is that why isn't the FBI giving the information? The president is tweeting that. It's not about what's come out.
Well, the president, who I spoke to this week several times, was with 2 short days ago, and we discussed some of this. He is very pleased that more information is coming out, that you can now connect more dots between these people who were trying all these shenanigans even after he was elected, always trying to nullify democratically elected president. But I agree with you, too. As this investigation goes on, let's make sure the losers are investigated also, because what people are saying right now is, why are they still talking about 2016? Why can't they get over it? Because you're still talking about 2016. We know he was democratically elected. We know nobody was colluding, and it changed a single vote. In fact, when the Deputy Attorney General announced last month, Jeanine, 12 indictments against Russians, he made very clear that there's no evidence a single vote was changed, and this affected the electoral outcome.
We know that, but the point is that there is corruption. Look, you're a lawyer, I'm a lawyer, NBA judge. When there's corruption, there needs to be consequences. There's no reason to move on. People need to be prosecuted for what
And look
they've
what's
done.
going on in the Manafort trial. The Manafort trial. No Russia, no Trump, no collusion.
kidding.
The
I
president
agree.
said, the judge said that doesn't stop everybody on TV and in print saying, this is who Paul Manafort was, this is who Rick Gates was.
All right.
No Trump, no Russia, no collusion in that court.
We agree. Kellyanne Conway, thanks so much for being with us tonight.
Thank you.